on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're enjoying what you've seen so far. You know what we do here, show coverages, unboxing, and review videos. And today I'd like to go over a product that you probably haven't seen before. And if you have, you've probably only seen it in pictures. This, my friends, is the Sundown Audio NSV5. What does NSV5 stand for? Well, this is the 5th iteration of the Sundown Audio Nightshade version. This thing is honestly probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing subwoofers. Some people really don't like it. I really enjoy it. People say this thing looks like an oil can. I think it looks like something from outer space. This thing is sweet and probably has the most motor force you can find in pretty much any subwoofer out there. Everything about this NSV5 screams high class, quality, reliability, performance, obviously. These things can take an absolute beating. This has got to be one of my favorite looking subwoofers. I've heard these in plenty of enclosures. These NSV5s work great in ported enclosures, 4th order band passes, 6th order band passes. I've heard them in every type of build that you can think of. 110, 2412. Shown here is a 12-inch version. They come in a 10-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, and 18-inch. Other than this thing actually looking wicked, what are some actual specifications about it? First of all, this is 3,000 watts RMS. Sundown rates their things very conservatively. It has a neodymium motor structure versus a ferrite. Some pros of neo versus ferrite is you can get a lot more motor force out of a sub versus ferrite. They're also lighter. It's a much stronger magnet than ferrite, so you can have less surface area of neo compared to ferrite and have more output. All sizes of the NSV5, the 10, the 12, the 15, and the 18 come with the same exact voice coil. It's a 3-inch, 8-layer high temp voice coil. These NSV5s come in a dual 1 and a dual 2 ohm configuration. I don't know how much this thing weighs, maybe like 50 pounds, 55 pounds. I mean, it's not light by any means, but as far as how big it looks and how much it actually weighs, it's not that bad. Something also to note on this thing is the mounting depth. This thing sits super tall. I mean, I don't have the shortest arms, but it almost covers the whole thing. Let me measure it for you. Any guesses on how tall this thing is? From the bottom of the motor to the top of the surround, we're at exactly 14 inches. Now let me take you closer to what actually makes this thing so unique. Let's start from the top and work our way down. First of all, equipped with this NSV512, we have this high roll surround. We can see it's double stitched to the epoxy paper cone. Under that, we have the Sundown Audio logo with the Sundown Audio embossed onto the dust cap. Moving down further, we can see that we have a custom tooled basket. These are all hand stamped here in the USA. We can also see that underneath some of the bracing, we have Sundown Audio embossed into the basket, something you don't normally see every day. Coming around to the 4-gauge push terminals, we have positive and negative, both on the left and the right. We also have Sundown Audio etched into the plate above the push terminals. And moving closer to the inside of the sub, we can see that we have a red spider pack, which comes standard on these NSV5s. We have huge tensile leads running from the 4-gauge push terminals across the spider landing down into the triple joint. Moving down from the spider pack, we can see that we have a vented ring underneath the basket and above the motor. This allows for a much more mechanical throw and cooling at the top of the coil. Moving down underneath the spacer ring, we can see that we have this very, very unique motor design. Again, this is a neodymium motor. This is not a ferrite motor. At about 65% on the way down from the top of the motor, we have these drilled holes here. These are meant for cooling at the base of the coil. You can actually see the coil move up and down if you look through these holes, if you get this thing moving hard enough. It's actually a really, really cool feature to watch. Moving down to the bottom of the motor, we can see that we have a Sundown Audio etched into the bottom plate, and we also have the model number, which is the NSV5. This thing is very well bolted to the motor itself. One thing that Sundown Audio is known for is their mechanical throw. These things have such insane linear extension. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Sundown was the first one to come out with a mega roll surround on, I think, the ZV4 in like 2018, 2019. Don't quote me, but I know that they were one of the first, if not the first. Now, who are these things for? Well, they're not for your average user. These are definitely more of an experienced subwoofer, being that they have so much power handling and that their motor structure is neodymium. This Sundown Audio NSV5 is an absolute workhorse. Again, we have the neodymium motor structure. We have the holes around the bottom of the motor for venting. We have a spacer ring with venting around that sits at the top of the coil, so when the coil goes up and down, it can breathe in conjunction with these holes on the side of the motor. We have the red spider pack, which is standard on these things, with the huge tensile leads running down to the former. We have very, very stout, heavy-duty 4-gauge push terminals. We have a custom printed and custom stamped Sundown Audio basket. We have the mega roll surround double stitched to an epoxy cone with the Sundown Audio logo embossed onto the dust cap. You throw all that together and this is what you get. A spaceship looking subwoofer. These are available in a dual 1 and a dual 2 ohm configuration. They're available in a 10-inch, 12-inch, shown here, 15-inch, and 18-inch. This is just one Sundown Audio product that Skyhack Audio has to offer. There's a plethora of other subwoofers. There's solid amplifiers, there's 5 channels, there's 4 channels, there's monoblocks as small as 1,000 watts, and there's monoblocks as big as 12,000 watts. There's power sport stuff if you like to go off-roading. If Sundown Audio at all interests you, please give us a call at 775-513-8199. We'd be happy to help you get set up. Dealers, if you want to offer Sundown Audio to your customers, you can apply at shcadealers.com, and there you can fill out the application if you want to become a dealer for Skyhack. And once that happens, Sundown Audio is only one of the brands that we carry. Thanks for watching the video, guys. This is the Sundown Audio NSV5. I'm working on